Her laugh cut through the gallery. Buzz, oh, your renders are just busy work, babe. Save the real art for us visionaries. I replied, you're right, they don't belong here. Hours later, a desperate call revealed she'd stolen my life's work for her big pitch. She grabbed the mic, her smile sharp as a backdoor exploit. The slide flicked up my old photo, the one I'd shared in a late-night vulnerability dump captioned, "From Zero to Hero." Brittany leaned in voice-dripping charm. Ryan really thought someone like me would lock code with someone like him? Adorable, right? But he's just a safe firewall. I need real fireworks. Laughter exploded from her crew. Jess clapping like it was a victory lap, Tara snickering into her flute, the ripple hitting the whole room of 200 execs under those glittering chandeliers. My chest locked up. Heat crawled up my neck. But I held the line, smiled, steady. Spot on? No more debug sessions? I turned, walked out. The elevator dinged behind me like a breach alert. That was the end of our 9 months. Or so I thought. I'm Ryan, 32, cybersecurity analyst in Chicago. My world runs on patterns spotting vulnerabilities before they breach layering defenses no one sees until they try to crack through. Days blend into code reviews and simulated attacks, the kind where one overlooked line can tank a whole network. Nights deadlifts and protein shakes routine as a firewall update. I don't chase the chaos. I contain it. That's who I am. The quiet fixer. The guy who minds his lane. Brittany. She was the glitch that rerouted everything. 9 months ago, at a tech mixer in the loop suits mingling with startups, air thick with pitch decks and venture buzz. She was 29 event planner extraordinaire, clipboard in hand, like a conductor's baton. Coordinating the chaos name tags, AV glitches, sponsor egos. I was nursing a club soda half, listening to a drone about blockchain scalability when she swept in. You look like you patch holes, she said, eyes locking on mine with that effortless spark. I throw the parties that create them, laughed like it was the line of the night. I smirked. Fair trade. Just like that, we synced. It escalated fast. First date rooftop bar overlooking the river, her stories flying, climbing from intern to lead planner, dodging flaky vendors and diva clients. I shared bits of my grind, the all-nighters tracing a ransomware trail, the satisfaction of locking down a client's data before the hackers even pinged. She leaned in. You're the hero no one thanks. Felt seen. Weekends blurred into escapes up to Lake Michigan sand between toes, bonfires crackling her stealing sips from my beer. This is us, she'd say, tracing patterns in the flames. Steady and spark. I fixed her tech early on. Some phishing scam nuked her email, lost contracts, bounced invites. She showed up at my place, frantic laptop underarm. Save me, firewall wizard. Spent 3 hours in my kitchen, coffee brewing me, walking her through the breach. Restored everything. She hugged me after. My knight in debug armor. Vulnerability crept in then. Nights talking past midnight, her venting about imposter syndrome in her cutthroat field, me admitting the divorce scar from my folks splitting when I was a kid. 12 years old, watching dad pack boxes, mom's quiet tears. That nod of not enough I'd wired into routines to keep it contained. She listened, no judgment. You're solid, Ryan, that's rare. Shared passwords, Nextcloud drives for collab, her event notes mixed with my security white papers. Felt like building something unbreakable. 6 months hit, and I took her home. Mom in the suburbs, dad with his grill classic Sunday setup. Brittany charmed them, effortless, helped mom with the salad, bantered dad on football stats. She's vibrant, mom whispered, later eyes twinkling. Full of life like you need. Dad just clapped my shoulder. Good energy, son. Don't glitch that. Engagement whispers started around month 8. Over takeout Thai, her feet in my lap. Picture it, joint ventures, shared empires. I nodded, ring shopping in my browser history. Thought we'd patched the rough edges. A future without exploits. But those red flags, they lit up like error logs in a scan, ones I waved off as noise. Dinners derailed mid-bite, her phone buzzing, eyes glazing over LinkedIn profiles. Just networking, she'd say, thumb-scrolling hires, connections climbs. Plans vaporized, client drinks ran late. Showed up solo to my firm happy hour, me fielding questions about her absence. And the ideas, God, the ideas. I'd brainstorm for her gigs, encrypted RSVPs to cut no-shows, two-factor check-ins for VIPs. Brilliant, she'd gush, jotting notes. Week later, her pitch emails to bosses, my concepts polished, rephrased as hers. No tag, no credit. It's our thing, she'd shrug off my raised brow. Teamwork. Bug, not virus. I'd debug later. Fixable right. Ignored how it stacked her, using my steady for her spotlight, me the scaffold she climbed, then kicked away. The highs masked it all. Late-night vents, her railing against a rival planner who undercut her on a bid-me-offering strategy. Layer your proposals like defenses, make 'em impenetrable. She'd light up. You're my edge. Vulnerability deepened. Told her the full divorce echo one rainy night. Dad's abrupt exit, Mom's fortress of silence, how it wired me to build walls first, trust second. She curled closer. That's why you're constant. I need that. Shared more access to my drive for inspo photos from awkward 20s I'd buried. Felt like merging systems, no silos. Gala night loomed as the pinnacle. Our firm's bash, 200 execs, black tie under Hilton chandeliers like dangling firewalls. She owned it, florals popping AV, seamless, the rising stars, slideshow, her finale. I suited up in her pick navy slim cut, brings out your steady blue. Walked in arm in arm, her in red sequins, feeling synced. Execs nodded hellos. Her crew Jess, the hype girl Tara, the snark air-kissed. Big night. Jess winked. Thought it was ours. Then the slide. Rising stars. Colleagues, first promotions, deals closed. Mine not the encryption cert that saved a client 6 figures, or the ransomware takedown that made headlines in trade rags. No. That old photo, the vulnerable one from my 20s, post-divorce haze me staring lost. Caption from zero to hero. Brittany on mic, voice honeyed poison. Ryan's the safe bet, folks. Firewall guy through and through. But let's be real, thought I'd lock in with that adorable glitch. Laughter cracked like a denial of service hit. Jess whooped. Tara covered a snort. Rippled out execs, chuckling phones up for the clip. My fears are whispers, now viral fodder. He patched my chaos, she quipped. But I need fireworks, not fixes. Chest vise, neck flame. 9 months of scaffolding gone. But I compiled the response. Smiled level. Spot on, no more sessions. Dropped her arm, walked. Elevator sealed it, ding like a logout. Drove through sodium-lit streets, city a blur of breached perimeters. Parked, sat dark. Ring drawer bound. Shared drives, I'd pull the plug later. Replay looped her climbs on my code, red flags I'd patched myself. Not random, engineered, and engineered breaches, they leave fingerprints. Deep down amid the numb, a protocol kicked in. Time to audit. Time to trace. The drive blurred into sodium haze, city veins, pulsing under tires that felt too heavy. Pulled into the garage engine, ticking down like a cooling server rack. Sat there, key fob loose in my palm, dashboard ghosts casting blue on the wheel. 9 months. That's the runtime. 9 months of synced rhythms, her chaos buffered by my steady, our shared drives, humming with event decks and encryption notes. Now all that bandwidth throttled to a gag reel for 200 execs, didn't yank the ring from the glove box. It stayed buried, titanium promise mocking the post-dinner stash. Right moment, I'd scripted in my head. Moment hit like a kernel panic. No outburst, just the diagnostic kicking in, replay the breach. Her mic hot slide snapping to that photo me at 25 eyes raw from the divorce echo, dad's boxes stacked like firewalls I'd failed to build. Shared it one bourbon night, voice buffered low. Wired me to spot threats early, trusts the real vuln. She traced my knuckles. Makes you my anchor. Anchor, till she cut the line for applause, eased out of the car. House loomed dark, no porch light glow she flipped on for my late audits. Keys hit the counter with a metallic ping echo, sharp as a ping sweep. Kitchen cold. Poured water from the filter glass, sweating immediate. Sipped, slow, throat mechanical. Silence buffered thick no-post gala chatter from her end. No, nailed it, babe, ping. Let it spool. But the core wouldn't idle. Laptop out, boot fan whirring familiar. Our shared cloud, end to end, I'd layered for her vendor files. Keeps the ghosts out, I'd quipped. Ghosts indeed. Download initiated. Not a scramble. Protocol timestamps first. Every pull, every edit logged pristine. Her dives into my folders, white papers on secure ticketing sketches for breach-proof apps. Pulled one-thread RSVP encryption concept 2 months old. My baseline two-factor gates to ghost no-shows. Opened. Her overlays reworded no trace. Streamlined flow for VIP sync. Sent to her lead that Friday. No loop in. Logs confirmed 13 views from her IP. Mine too for tweaks, utility. That's what I was. Tool in the stack. Num layered deeper like multi-factor wrapping a tainted file. 9 months of dumps code shares over coffee, her rants on rival planners buffered by my listens. Told her the full scar parents split at 12, dad vanishing overnight, mom's house, a bunker of unpacked grief. Built routines to contain the bleed. I said waves lapping Lake Michigan that night. She leaned in. That's your code, Ryan. Unbreakable. Unbreakable. Tested it, public crowd as witnesses, no flood, too contained. Scan widened personal subfolders next. That photo viewed by her 3 days prior. Shared thread with Jess Tara pre-gala huddle log. Ryan's brain dump for inspo, shh, gold. Midnight logged in. Laptop lid down. No rack mount for sleep. Paced the hall floor, groaning under weight like an old HDD spin-up. Ring glinted from the console light, simple band etched line for builder. Builder, yeah. Scaffolded her bids, patched her fishing wipe, layered her proposals with my defenses. Held the vent for her climbs, steady in her storm. Payout format error live? Couch called, dropped their replay, tightening mic laugh. Safe bet glitch? Jess whoop. Tara snort. Execs chuckles, phones capturing the wipe. Like my steady was the punchline, her fireworks the win. Buzz cut the loop. Midnight 13. Unknown. Adrenaline flagged threat vector screen. Heather here from Brittany's team. That was vile. Coffee tomorrow, truth incoming. Heather, the edge player, 28, graphics side hustle, always sketching margins at mixers while Jess owned center. Sat quiet at the table, but her glance stuck mismatched like a key in the wrong slot. Fingered back, why me, hit send, dots pulsed, agonizing stretch. Because she was wrong, and there's more you should know. Vanished. Fingers iced on glass. More. The numb, fractured, faint line like a 0-day ping. Not jolt, compute. Heather ponytail pro hoodie over event drag. Why flip moral overflow or buried log, no block. Clarkin division corner, noon. Instant, there, thanks. Flipped phone down, rose. Kitchen flooded, first light in hours. Refill, no more circuits. Bed protocol eyes shut, mind compiling threats. Offline denied. Dawn forced reboot. Alarm 6, snooze to 7. Steam from shower fogged the glass like veiling code. Routine engaged, coffee, black toast, dry. Mug bore her thumb faint from yesterday's rush. Scrubbed it, deliberate. Dressed baseline jeans, neutral Oxford, not plate. Neutral ground. Traffic snarled horns, but I threaded steady. Parked 10 early. Cafe Nook booth by Payne World, filing past suits on calls, runners in rhythm. Black coffee ordered untouched. Wondered the fork ally or angle. Noon chime. Heather entered, no sequin trace. Ponytail secured hoodie zipped on a faded T-jeans worn soft. Smaller frame shadows under eyes from her own all-nighter. Tea at counter, chamomile steam. Spotted faint nod. Across sat vapor wall between. Thanks for this, low, no preamble. Stirred. I held. Buffer 2 breaths. Exhale hers. You want 0 from us. Fair. Last night replayed it. No sleep cycle. Why probe flat? She held gaze, no evasion. Cruelty, by design, 5 years riding her wave, sometimes I don't know her anymore. Sip, down. More how they leaned fraction. USB slim from pocket black matte unmarked, slide across wood. No chaos fuel, fair audit, emails redacted my line ethics. But see your ideas pitched as hers. RSVP gate, your 2-month build. She skinned it, fired to lead Friday, solo. Pocketed cool weight. Gut coiled, not fresh hit. A line. Timing. Window glance rain dotting glass like stray pixels. Saw the burn, public, you're bored. Me froze in the laugh once. Enabling log. Crack in tone. Therapy slip commitment, glitch, abandonment root from folks fracture young. Sabotage trigger when real locks in. Parents meet red alert. Wipes before wipeout. Pattern term landed key match. Flags aligned scrolls, mid-meal ghosts on nights borrows uncredited. Not noise. Architecture. No pass, she pushed. 0, but not your code. Hers looping. Backed. Steady's threat to her climb. 45 more, her pixel gigs, Britney's poach on her debut client crew code, Jess amplifier, Tara mirror. Heather observer, now extract. Told her morning done buffering, labeled me traitor, fine print. Rose. Run or scrap, yours. Awkward clasp, chamomile and steel, out to mist. USB seared drive home. Plugged dock hum alive. Unzipped 10 threads, clocks indicting, white paper slice on ticketing lock. Her deck spine phrasing echo, 13 eyes hers, Jess Tara chain, Ryan's steady gold, shh, utility tone, kit piece, dismissed revenge too hot. Just truth checksum. Pattern locked, climb my frame, glitch on grip. Therapy, fit loop, push-pull, destroy, pre-drop. Kevin Dial evening. Bro 35, Naperville ops, gravel comms from tours. No feels default. Scores, grills, quips. But breach rang. Forked bad bro, 1 ring, log dump, gala crash, USB unpack, loop, confirm. Static his side 5 ticks. Then, clean patch, win state. Blocker flood on your stack. Beat. Field worse X aired my post-op fog notes, funny ammo. Dark mode, rebuilt op 0. You fork same. Gravel eased. Steadies your blade, Ryan. She crashed 'cause no run. Click, lighter load, not resolved. Uptime viable. Dusk logged. USB mirrored her key revoked 2-layer seal. No feeds, no vents. Audit closed. Shift contain to contain evolve. Traces seeded subtle. Intentional ghosts. Tomorrow baseline. With hooks set. Morning light filtered through the blinds like scattered error codes casting stripes on the kitchen tile. I brewed coffee, black, no distractions, sipped it, standing steam curling up as the USB's weight lingered in my pocket from yesterday's handoff. Heather's truth had compiled overnight not a virus, but a rootkit embedded deep. Britney's patterns weren't glitches, they were the architecture. Climb the scaffold, then burn the supports when the height scared her. Steady was my vuln her trigger. Phone pinged at 8 sharp. LinkedIn notification, her post time-stamped dawn. Embracing authenticity when fireworks outshine firewalls. Grateful for the lessons in what truly ignites. Career glow up, jockjish, real talk. Tagged her crew, Jess Tara, a dozen execs from the gala. Comments flooded in fast, Jess, queen, move, girl, own that spark. Tara, yas, fireworks forever, who's with me? Likes piled 50 in 10 minutes, hearts and claps from the same room that laughed at my expense. No direct tag on me, but the subtext crystal. I'd become the firewall she outgrew, the safe bet ditched for the blaze. Spin cycle engaged victim flipped to villain in under 200 characters. Phi Lee stacked higher, her network echoing the rewrite like a botnet amplification. Gut tightened, but no crash. Protocol assess, don't engage. Set the mug down, ceramic, clink, steady. No reply urge. That's the hook they baited for rage, reply, public thread, my steady unraveling into her narrative. Instead, logged the screenshot timestamp reach metrics. Evidence stack growing. Dressed for the day, crisp shirt slacks neutral. Mirror check eyes, clear no tells. Baseline restored. Called Kevin on the drive-in. Traffic hummed indifferent semis lumbering like unpatched rigs. He picked up mid-ring gravel voice cutting static. Status. No hello, our code. Breach confirmed, patterns locked. Dumped the fresh log, her post, the crew echo the overnight spin, turning my walkout into her empowerment arc. Silence his end, 3 beats processing. Scripted noise. Don't feed the loop. Paused engine rumble filling the gap. Remember my ex leaked those post-tour notes, my headspace raw made it relatable content for her feed. Went dark, full no views, no blocks even. Just offline. Rebuilt the op center from blank slate. You layer same. Steady's not the flaw, it's the filter. Nodded to the dash, his words compiling clean. Offline how? Cut inputs, no scrolls, no scans. Redirect to your stack gym first, then grind. Let her echo chamber collapse on its own echo. Hung up as the office loomed glass tower squat against the gray sky. Lighter inbound. Not purged. Redirected. Desk hit at 9:15. Inbox stacked client escalations, patch alerts routine. Ignored the social pings, LinkedIn sidebar mocking with her post thumbnail. Focused threat model for a mid-size bank's API. Code flowed lines stacking like defenses, each if-then a barrier against the flood. Lunch skipped. Protein bar at station chewed mechanical while scanning Heather's USB again. One email thread deeper my white paper on event data locks her version stripped and shipped to a vendor RFP. Innovative protocol, her sign-off. My footer cropped. Viewed log her Jess Tara cluster access right before the gala. Not theft, optimization. My steady as her accelerator. Afternoon dragged with a stand-up team huddle on the ransomware sim. My input, layer behavioral analytics, don't just scan signatures. Nods all around. No tells on my glitch. But Elena Boss, 40-something sharp ex-Fed analyst pulled me post-meet. Corner office blinds, half-drawn city sprawl framed behind. Firewall look a bit singed, direct no fluff. Met her gaze. Personal breach. Contained. She studied 2 seconds, assess her eyes. Heard murmurs from the gala crowd, her spin hitting channels. Leaned back, chair creak low. Take the week if needed, and audit your perimeter personal net. Illinois privacy statutes cover shared digital assets tight. Non-disclosure on X filings, cease and desist templates online, no lawyer lag. Protects your IP, your logs. Gold drop. Nodded. Appreciate the vector. She waved it off. Seen the patterns. Steady types like you, gold in ops, target in orbits. Lock it down. Door click behind me. Desk again, browser to state statutes, quick scan confirmed. Shared clouds, revocable access breach claims if misused. Pulled a template, clean boilerplate. Filled basics, our drive details the idea borrows as exhibits. No drama clause. Just boundary enforcement. Hit submit digital timestamped filed. Her access revoked retro 2-factor mine only. Block list expanded her number crew tags event aliases. No fanfare. Silent perimeter rebuild. Evening commute reversed the snarl horns fading to radio static. Gym hit at 6 iron sanctuary plates clanging like reset counters. Deadlifts first form locked bar bending under load. Each rep a wipe her post laugh, Jess clap Tara echo. Sweat buffered the residue. Bench next press, steady spotter nod from a regular. No words. Just the burn muscles recompiling. Shower after hot reset steam veiling the tile like fresh encryption. Home by 8 meal-prepped chicken greens, rice measured. 8 at the counterfork, methodical. Phone silent now, her spin starved of fuel. No rage post from me. Just the quiet audit closing. Nightcap, one more USB dive. Redacted therapy note. Heather slipped Brittany's words, anonymized, push when close. Abandonment loop from the split. Sabotage feels safe. Fit the frame, my steady triggered the eject. Not flaw, foil, filed it away, not for her, for my log. Patterns mapped, defenses layered. Tomorrow baseline plus. Sprint a client sim pickup ball with the firm guys. No DDoS on the headspace. Kevin right offline, the noise rebuild the op. Her echo let it attenuate. Mine amplifying clean. Week blurred into containment mode. Monday, sick day, logged bed first, but not wallow. Threat model sketched on notepad if she escalates spin, social proof. Counters my certs, the save that netted 6 figures last quarter. No clapback, just prep. Tuesday gym doubled pull-ups till shoulders screamed, each chin-up a block on the crew. Wednesday desk return, Elena's nod in the hall, no probe. Perimeter solid, locked. Sprint on the API code, clean sim passed flawless. Thursday ball pickup, firm crew asphalt, echoing thuds, no drama debrief. Heard you ghosted the gala, one asked past crisp. Upgrade time, laughs light, no details spilled. Friday, wind down, virtual coffee with Heather Zoom, link her ping, no gala ghosts. Gig solo now. She nodded, pixel backdrop, her new studio. Out of the loop's best debug, you conquer redirecting. Shared the cease ping, her nod approving. Smart layer, she'll feel the revoke. Hung up screen blank. Weekend loomed clean, Lake Michigan solo waves as _ no shared sand. Ring drawer commit archived. Patterns logged for the next scan. Steady, not glitch. It's the upgrade. Her fireworks fizzle in the vacuum she built. Mine burning, controlled, scalable. Month 2. The conference loomed like a high-stakes SimTech Ethics Expo, Chicago's annual grind for devs and execs chasing the moral high ground in code. 2,000 badges, keynotes on AI guardrails, panels dissecting data dark patterns. I registered low-key slotted for a sidebar on vuln ethics, not spotlight. Observation post. Heather's pings had tapered to check-ins, her solo gigs blooming my perimeter holding. No Brittany blips. Her spin post faded, echo likes flatlining after the initial bot swarm. I'd stayed dark, no views, no engagements. Kevin's offline protocol, compiling clean. Drove in early parking deck, a concrete vault under the convention center's gleam. Badge scanned, beep affirmative. Halls buzzed, lanyards swinging, coffee spills on agendas, the hum of forced networking. Grabbed a slot in the back for the morning keynote, some VC droning on trustworthy tech. Zoned half-out mind tracing the USB logs idle. Heather's last drop anonymous tip on Brittany's slot. Q&A moderator for the ethics panel, pitching big, your white paper vibes but skinned. White paper. The one on watermarking IP and shared decks, my pet project from last fall. Timestamp her pull 6 weeks post-gala. Watermark intact, I'd embedded it subtle, a hash chain, no casual scrub catches. Curious if it'll surface, Heather added. Filed it. Not bait. Just trace. Lunch line snaked slow, turkey wrap. Grabbed, eaten, standing by a pillar. Overheard snippets. Brittany's killing it on events now. Heard she went solo after a messy split. No details. No me. Good. Let the narrative buffer itself. Afternoon panel, ethics in event tech securing the spotlight. Room half full, tiered seats under projectors humming standby. Brittany up front, poised in a tailored blazer, red accents, hair pinned like a command prompt. Mic tested. Excited to moderate. We've got innovators here on privacy pitfalls and live streams. Crowd nod. Her crew dotted the front, Jess scrolling, Tara annotating. No glance my way. I claimed a rear row seat, notebook open, pen idle. Observer mode. Panel kicked off smooth. Speakers a compliance drone from Big Four, a startup founder with breach war stories. Questions flowed, Q&A her wheelhouse. She fielded clean voice, that honeyed edge. Great point on consent flows. Brittany, your take. She leaned in. Absolutely. We've seen events where shared assets get borrowed without credit. Solution embedded traces, subtle hashes that flag misuse downstream. Slide queued. My slide. White paper excerpt framework, intact flowcharts for IP locks in collaborative tools. Her overlay, Brittany events protocol, secure and scalable. No byline. Crowd murmured approval. Jess thumbs upped from row 2. My pen tapped once. Watermark live protocol whispered yes. She built momentum. Let me demo a real-world app. Projector warmed. Click. Deck loaded her polish on my core layered auth for attendee data zero trust handoffs. This scales for Gala's conferences, keeps the fireworks safe. Laughter light exec nod. Mid-slide third graphic, the vuln map I'd seeded the trace, deep a pixel hash in the footer invisible till probed. Projector hitched. Flicker. Then overlay glitch. Text bloomed bold across the flow. Property of Ryan Analytics. Unauthorized use detected. Red alert font time-stamped pull from our old drive. Her pull. Gasps rippled front row sharp intake like a collective buffer overflow. Jess froze mid-scroll. Tara's pen stalled. Brittany's face blue screen lock-up eyes wide on the beam. Technical hiccup. Voice thin mic feedback whine. Chaos buffered slow-mo. Speaker 2 leaned in. That's your watermark. Crowd murmur swelled phones out whispers to check the hash. An exec front, wait Ryan Analytics, the firewall guy from last quarter's save, nods chained. Her crew deflated Jess, sinking low, Tara typing frantic. Brittany fumbled remote. Glitch in the demo, let's circle back. But the damage compiled slide frozen trace live, her pitch derailed mid-climb. No yell from me, no stand, just the rear row steady notebook closed quiet. Protocol let the code speak, and in that elevator moment from the gala, I'd realized sometimes the strongest source code is knowing when to delete the line instead of debugging forever. We chased the fix, the all-night refactor, thinking victories in the patch. But here's the counterintuitive hack power in the exit. When I walked out that night, it wasn't surrender. I stripped her biggest weapon, the reaction she craved, the fight that would have fed her spotlight. Deny the drama and the insult compiles to nothing, shifts the runtime to your terms. Truth is, in too many breaches, the win isn't engagement. It's disengagement. Calm extraction carrying your king's self-respect intact, leaving her solo on the board she rigged. Puangbo isn't loss. It's the ultimate fork. Rebuild on clean slate, no legacy bugs. With that insight, I didn't clock Brittany anymore, just the new path ahead. Panel wrapped awkward, her wrap-up rushed, thanks mumbled. Crowd filed out buzzing, that trace was slick. Ethics in action, huh? Lingered deliberate. Back row exit slow. That's when Lauren pinged Visual Panel 2 speaker software dev from a rival firm. 30 sharp bob glasses framing eyes that scanned rooms like code reviews. Her talk boundary hacks in open source collab. Love your paper on hashes, she'd said in the green room earlier. Casual nod now as she packed notes. Exploit landed smooth, yeah. Voice low, wry curve. Fell in step hallway. Watermark's my pet. Subtle till it's not. She laughed clean, no filter. Poetic. I'm Lauren, by the way. Dev lead at Nexus. Handshake firm. Ryan, analytics side. Convo flowed easy sci-fi nods, her Dune ref on sandworm perimeters. My Blade Runner take on replicant trusts. Boundaries in code mirror life, she said, pausing at a kiosk. Set 'em early or they ghost you. Echoed my fresh audit. Exchanged cards, digital ping, no paper trail. Panel drinks later, casual. If the trace doesn't chase me, grin shared. Walked out separate, but the fork felt forked right. Evening drinks at the expo bar, dim lights, synthwave hum under chatter. Lauren waved from a high-top IPA half gone. Joined. Talk deepened her breach story, a partner who'd borrowed her open-source fork for his startup no credit, till she watermarked retro. Felt like debugging a ghost. Nodded. Know the runtime. Shared my Gala log light, no vents, just the pattern. Steadies the vuln till it's the strength. She tilted. That's the hack. Most rage patch. You clean exit. 2 rounds in boundary talk turned personal, her red flags ghosted full disclosure protocols now. Mine, the revoke, felt like that protocol enforced. Conference wrapped Sunday. Her ping, vuln sim collab sometime. Replied, layer it. No rush, no projection, just the next thread. Back home routine locked gym, Monday sprint, Tuesday. Heather update midweek. Her firm's auditing decks post-panel. Your cease snowballed vendor pools. Karma checksum. Not my hand. Her codes recoil. Lauren Coffee slotted Friday neutral ground, no Gala ghosts. Sci-fi rec, she slid a list. Boundary set, slow sync, no silos. Felt like merging clean end-to-end from jump. Month 3 blurred upgraded. Her pitch echo faded to footnote in trade chats. My trace circled as ethics win in a newsletter. No claim, let it attribute. Steady amplified client save on a data leak, cert renewed seamless. Kevin Grill Night op rebuilt. Firmware fresh, nod gravel. Knew it. Lauren retreat ping Lakeside Code Camp Vuln games by fire. Team you in, fork accepted. Patterns logged not looping. Her fireworks self-extinguish in the draft she fanned. Mind-controlled burn scalable to whatever breach next. The cease and desist pinged out like a silent tracer, clean no fanfare, just the quiet enforcement of boundaries I'd let erode. Didn't expect a bounce. But by midweek, Heather's update hit my inbox, audit wave at her firm. Your notice snowballed, vendors pulling back on her decks. She's spinning damage control, but the watermark's etched now. Can't scrub that log. Attached a redacted chain from her ex-crew Slack. Jess B's pitch tanked hard. That trace brutal. Tara, who even embeds like that rookie move on her part. No sympathy. Just the echo chamber cracking under its own weight. Karma's not a hack. It's the runtime consequence of bad code. Brittany's firm mid-tier event players, all flash and contracts, dug in after the panel clip went semi-viral in trade forums. Ethics glitch at Tech Expo, the headlines read. Not my spin. The crowds. Execs who'd chuckled at my expense now dissecting her borrow. One vendor email leaked in the thread, IP flags on your proposal reviewing with counsel. Gig worth 20 grand, poof. Self-inflicted, she'd pulled my framework, skinned it her way, no credit buffer. Watermark woke up protocol as designed. Her climb tripped on the very scaffold she'd yoinked. Heather's ping wrapped with a voice note, her tone lighter like she'd shed a layer. She's scrambling meetings blaming tech gremlins. But the pattern's out. Told you loops from the split. Sabotage feels safe till it backfires. Attached another drop, redacted therapy notes, her words blurred but the shape clear. Push when it pins me. Partners get too steady, promote their ideas, then ghost the tie, keeps the free fall mine. Twist hit, then not shock, but the full compile. Not one off, serial. Previous boyfriends. Same playbook, borrow their shine for her resume, then nuke the link when commitment compiled. One note fragment. Last guy's network leaned on it for that conference slot, when he talked rings endgame slide. Boomerang full arc her network, the one she'd weaponized on me now auditing her borrows. Jess and Tara silent in the chain. Enabling fatigue, maybe. Or self-preserve. Sat with it at my desk. Post-lunch, lull screen dimmed. Not vindication rush. Clarity stack. The gala wasn't chaos. It was her eject code steady me triggering the abandon loop public wipe to force the drop. I'd patched her climbs, buffered her vents, shared the vuln dumps thinking it built us. Instead, fuel for her solo ascent. Pattern locked, climb the constant crash it when it grounds. Her therapy echo abandonment root parents fracture. Young dad bailed mom armored solo. Wired her to bail first. Doesn't excuse. Explains the architecture. My role unwitting scaffold till the revoke. Evening routine shifted subtle. Gym at 5 rows till lats burned, each pull a siever from her thread. Home meal measured salmon, seared quinoa clocked. No scroll on her feeds. Offline held. Kevin pinged, Friday, op status. Replied, firmware solid. Boomerang deployed. His laugh emoji gravel rough. Knew you'd thread it clean? Twist deepened weekend. Heather's full drop, archived emails from Brittany's old gigs. One thread 18 months back, X before me some marketing dev. His contact list gold for my outreach. Pitching his funnel tweaks as mine nailed the client. Then the cut talked cohab nope. Slid out with a mismatched toast at his team happy hour. Public flavor same as mine. Pattern lapped, borrow build, bail spectacular. Her network then echoed the laughs just like now. Boomerang's arc the crew she'd hyped with my steady now ghosting her glitches. Jess unfollowed per the Slack scrap. Tara, not touching that audit. Monday sprint client sim on API leaks code locked seamless demo green across the board. Elena pulled me end of day. Your trace making rounds. Firm citing it in our ethics brief. Nodded. Protocol. She eyed sharp. Steady play. Her side-hearing vendor freezes. No probe. Just the nod. Keep layering. Walked out, upgraded cert pinged Ray's whisper in the wind. Month 3 Fork Lakeside Retreat, Heather looped me into. Coding camp up north cabin cluster by the water, 24 devs in Vuln games and fire pit hashes. Drove up Friday dusk, trunk-packed light laptop boots, no baggage. Air crisp pines buffering the lake's lap. Checked in badge scan, bunk assigned. Heather waved from the dock, ponytail whipping new gig glow. Clean air debug, hugged quick. Runtime refresh. Saturday Sims kicked Team Vuln hunts red versus blue in mock breaches. Got slotted with Lauren Her from the panel, Bob sharp glasses glinting lake light. Round 2, she grinned, card from Expo still crisp in my wallet. Teamed seamless, her boundary scripts meshing my traces, flags popping clean on the board. Your watermark inspo, she probed mid-run. Pet hack, subtle till triggered. Nod approval. Life code 2. Set 'em early. Night fell reflective. Fire pit circle logs, crackling stars, unfiltered overhead. Group small 10 or so marshmallows toasting slow. Talk looped easy worst breach tales, her startup fork ghosted by a co-founder. Leaned on my open source, then solo launched. Watermarked retro sank his seed round. Laughed shared. Echoes my gala wipe. Dropped light the slide, the spin no vent. Just the pattern. Steadies the threat when they crave crash. She stirred embers. Know it. Mine ghosted my flags, once ignored the borrows, chased the highs. Now full disclosure from jump. No silos. Eyes held direct, no scan. Your exit clean thread. Most debug the ghost. Fire died low, group thinned. We lingered, lake whisper underscoring. Red flags I ghosted, she admitted soft. His teamwork was my toolkit. Pitched my flows as his to bosses. When I called credit, mismatch vibes at my network night. Mirror hit gentle. Pattern boomerang. Nodded. Mine looped same borrow build bail public. Shared the therapy fragment, light no judgment. Abandonment code. Pushes before pulled. She traced ash. Explains doesn't excuse. Yours revoke was the patch. Ring talk surfaced casual, mine drawer bound. No rush. Clean merge first. Her same. Full protocols. No pressure. Just the sync. Drove back Sunday, windows down, wind stripping the cabin scent. Routine upgraded gym with a dev pickup league, sprints laced with her boundary tips. Heather coffee midweek, her solo now gig drought. Crew scattered. Update 1x partner surfaced in the notes, same climb cut. You're the glitch she couldn't loop. Laughed dry. Or the filter. Ring stayed archived, titanium vaulted, no deploy. Lauren ping, next sim. Layer it. Weekend hike, slotted trails buffered by talk sci-fi perimeters, trust vulns. No ghosts. Steady amplified client nod on my trace brief cert stack growing. Kevin Grill, firmware, scalable. Gravel chuckle. Threadmaster, her world fractured frame. LinkedIn sparse, navigating new codes. Solo shots, no crew tags. Mixer crosspath, 2 months post-panel her at bar edge, eyes hollow under the lights. Small nod exchanged, no words. 2 vectors diverging clean, her boomerang self-spun. Mind-controlled arc. Lauren's laugh, the steady burn. Patterns logged, not looping. The wipe taught steadies no vuln. It's the unbreachable core. Borrowers glitch on it, climb, then crash solo. My op rebuilt, fortified, merges vetted. No more scaffolds for free ascents. Just the quiet scale layer by earned layer. Month 4. The audit's ripple hit her firm like a cascading failure vendor, contracts frozen, exec whispers, turning to formal reviews. Heather's updates came sparse now, her own orbit stabilizing solo gigs, stacking pixel commissions from indie events, no more crew echo. She's pitching freelance, 1 ping read. But the trace clipped her wings, clients citing IP hygiene in RFPs. No schadenfreude in my scan. Just the math her borrows, uncredited and layered, compiling to exposure. The network she'd hyped, now the verifier cross-checking every deck for ghosts. Jess and Tara radio silent in her feeds. Enabling's half-life short when the glitch rebounds. Her LinkedIn sparse updates, navigating new code's authenticity in action, grateful for the reset. Solo Spark, Joction growth mode. Profile pics solo her in a coffee shop corner, smile practiced, but eyes flat, no crew tags, no gala glow. Comments trickled vague hearts from old contacts, no firework emojis. Last post lingered 2 weeks unanswered. Contrast hit, clean her climb, stalled mid-air scaffold scorched by its own sparks. My side firmware, fresh threads, multiplying. Workshop co-lead slotted with Lauren mid-month, our firm's dev dive on boundary protocols. Room packed, 30 analysts, whiteboards scrawled with flow hacks. She took the front bob sharp under fluorescence glasses, catching the projector blue. Let's layer it. She started her script, meshing my traces, seamless. Demo ran her open source fork, my watermark embed flags popping live on a sim breach. Crowd leaned in, nods chaining. That's the merge. One piped. Post-wrap. Elena cornered us, pair gold. Run it quarterly. Lauren's grin post-haul. Told you boundaries scale. Drove her home after her place, a loft in Wicker Park bookshelves, stacked with Asimov and Algos, no chaos clutter. Coffee poured mugs, steaming on the sill, overlooking the L rumble. Talk flowed, unforced her latest fork, a trust model for collab tools. No silos from jump, she said, stirring slow. Ghosted that once partner borrowed my core, rebranded solo. Watermarked retro, sank his pitch. Echoed mine, no probe. Shared the retreat fire pit, light patterns mapped, not mourned. Steady's the upgrade, I said. She nodded. Filter, not flaw. Mine now, full audit on merges, no rush code. Just the sync, easy vetted. Sunday family grill. Kevin's backyard, Naperville sprawl green under October chill. Mom fussed the spread ribs, slow-smoked corn, charred perfect. Dad manned the tongs stories, looping on his old logistics runs. Lauren slotted natural, helped Mom plate, bantered Dad on perimeter myths and shipping. Your boy's code's the real lock, she quipped over a beer. Mom's eyes twinkled later, pulling me aside by the cooler. She's steady, Ryan. Code that runs clean, no glitches. Hugged tight. Dad clapped later, gravel low. Good sync, son. Like tandem rigs, no drag. Felt anchored, not the vice from before. Just the buffer shared. Routine amplified weekly. Virtual coffee with Heather Tuesdays. Her screen now a sunlit studio, sketches pinned wild. Out of the loop, best eject, she said, pixel brush pausing. Gigflow, steady indie wedding apps, no crew cuts. Laughed shared. Your Trace legend in the chats. She's solo hard. No dig. Just the log her borrows, boomeranged network auditing her as tight as mine. Hung up her wave lingering. Friendship forked clean, no ghosts, just the mutual debug. Firm ball pickup. Thursday's asphalt court under halogens, sneakers squeaking sync with thuds. Crew from ops, 6 guys, no suits, passes crisp. Heard the expo glitch, one ribbed mid-dribble. Your watermark chef's kiss. Laughed light, stole the ball. Protocol. No vent. Rebuild visible sprints, post-game code dashes, Friday's API sims clocked under target. Elena's nod, the green light. No rage residue. Just the upgrade loop, gym rows, stacking muscle memory, meal preps, dialed sleep cycles, locked 8 hours clean. Twist pinged late Friday, unknown number, but the area code flagged old. Message, Ryan, it's Brittany. Saw the trace buzz. You deserved better than my mess. Worth more than firewalls. Sorry doesn't fix, but it's real. Attached a therapy screenshot, blurred, but the line clear. Owning the push abandonment loop ends here. Followed coffee, clear the log. Fingers hovered. Scan ran timestamp post-audit, her solo feed echoing hollow. Pattern echo apology as re-entry code, steady me the hook. No pull. Protocol assess intent. Her loop borrow bail beckon when the climb stalls. Therapy note real maybe, but the eject was public. The borrows uncredited the spin her script. No debug round 2. Thumb slid, block engaged. No reply, no archive. Just the delete clean sweep, no trace left. Phone back to dark. Her message vapor in the ether, self-sent to the void she'd built. Saturday hike with Lauren, North Branch trail, leaves crunching under boots. Air crisp with wood smoke hint. Pace matched her strides, efficient, my steady underscore. Talk looped light, her dune reread sandworm perimeters as life hacks. Trusts the real desert, she said, pausing at a ridge overlook. Cross it slow, no mirages. Nodded. Mapped that. Shared the ping, vague, no name, just the re-entry glitch. She stopped, eyes level. Block was the thread, no second vulns. Hand brushed, brief, no claim. Trail resumed, lake view opening below like a cleared buffer. Month 5 compiled parallel worlds. Her feed faded to reposts, vague gratitude reels, no new climbs, solo frames with forced spark. Mixer cross last week, her at the edge bar drink, stirred slow eyes, scanning empty. Our paths brushed small, nod, no halt. Vectors diverged, hers looping solo, mine threading new. Lauren's loft dinner, her stir-fry, my wine pour talk on open forks. Merge when protocols align, she said, chopsticks pausing. No ghosts. Ring still vaulted. Steady now meant vetted merges, no borrowed scaffolds. Heather's final loop. She's consulting micro small fries, no net. Crew ghosts. Laughed dry. You're steady, the unbreachable. Kevin Grill update. Op scaled, threads clean. Gravel nod. Masterclass. The wipes echo, faint now lesson etched, steadies no drag. It's the core thread, unloopable. Borrowers snag and snap. Builders layer earned. Her fireworks self-doused in the wind, she whipped. Mine steady burn, Lauren's sink, the fuel scalable shared. No more audits on ghosts. Just the forward compile line by vetted line. Month 6. The audit's aftershocks settled into her firm's quarterly report, leaked snippets in trade rags, IP compliance overhaul, headlined with her name in the fine print. Vendors who'd chased her fireworks, circling back cautious contracts, laced with audit clauses now standard. Heather's pings confirmed micro gigs only, no big decks, crew vapor. One last drop, her solo pitch to a startup mixer watermarked framework pulled from the expo clip flagged mid-demo. They laughed polite, Heather noted. Echo of her own slide. Not my trace this time. Markets. The network she'd built on borrowed shine, auditing her as fierce as any firewall. Her LinkedIn curated sparse reposts on resilience reels. Vague gratitude for growth. Captions profile pic, a solo coffee shot smile curated, but the eyes distant like scanning empty code. No tags, no collabs. Last original post, resetting the algorithm, solo sparks ahead. Authentic arc. Comments crickets after 10. Fireworks fizzle in vacuum, her own draft. My op scaled, seamless. Workshop series locked quarterly with Lauren, our boundary brief now firm, canon rooms packed with nods on layered merges. Elena greenlit expansion, take it regional. Post-session drives home her loft or mine stir-fries swapped for my seared salmon talk, threading sci-fi perimeters with real vulns. Trusts the desert cross, she'd say over wine chopsticks, pausing. No mirages, full maps, nodded. Audited that. Ring drawer still archived, no deploy rush. Steady meant vetted, now merges stress-tested slow. Family holidays slotted clean, Thanksgiving at mom's table groaning with turkey and tails. Lauren wove in effortless, carved the bird beside dad, her quip on perimeter plating, drawing his gravel bark. Mom cornered me, post-pie eyes soft. She's your steady code, Ryan. Runs parallel, no overrides. Hugged bone deep. Kevin later cooler in hand. Sinks locked, no drag. Clinked bottles. Firmware eternal. Routine fortified weekly. Heather Tuesdays, her studio sunlit commissions, stacking indie app icons, no event ghosts. Out of orbit, cleanest run, she'd say, brush mid-stroke. Your block masterclass, laughed dry. Protocol. Firm Thursdays, ball under halogens, thuds syncing with Steel's crew's trace legend ribs fading to game flow. Sprints, Fridays API sims underclock Elena's layer deeper, the only note. Jim Rose lats, compiling each rep a siever from old threads. Ping twist, faded no re-entry ghosts. Her solo self-spun isolation borrows boomeranged into barren feeds. Mixer brush month 5, her bar perch stir, slow scan vacant. Paths crossed neutral, small nod no anchor. Vectors split hers, looping echo mine, threading forward. Yearmark hit quiet. Gala anniversary, logged not looped. Lauren's birthday hike, North Shore trails boots, crunching frost-laced leaves, lake steel under November gray. Pace synced her strides, measured my underscore steady. Summit pause, overlook vast wind whispering code. 1 year post-wipe, I said, breath fogging. She turned bob whipping light. Thread intact, nodded. Upgraded, patterns filed, not fatal. Shared the drawer, truth light, no proposal drop, just the vault chat. Merges vet full now, no ghosts. Her hand found mine, brief no claim. That's the core. Scalable us. Trail down lake view, receding like cleared buffers. Post-hike dinner, her loft fire crackling low takeout, tie steaming. Talk looped deep her dune arc on trust dunes, my Blade Runner riff on replicant reeds. Boundaries aren't walls, she said, feet tucked beside. They're the map. Echoed the revoke, her message blocked therapy note vapor. Apology code re-entry bait. She nodded. Blocks the boundary. No second scans. No pressure ports. Just the merge end-to-end vetted line by line. Heather's year-end ping, her micros plateaued. Solo hard echo chamber empty. Attached faded post, grateful for the glitches. Solo reset, no likes past 10. You're steady, the unloopable, replied, firmware wins. Kevin's holiday grill, op eternal, threads unbreakable, gravel toast. To the builders. The gala's scar, etched faint lesson, etched permanent. How she treated me in her worst ping mic, hot slide live, decoded her core. Not mine. Steady's no drag. It's the unbreachable thread the filter borrowers snag on. Climate, they crash solo, her scaffold self-torched network, turning verifier on her borrows. Fireworks self-douse in the gale they whip. Mine-controlled arc. Lauren's sync, the even-burn scalable, shared no overrides. 1 year logged mixer, cross again, her edge seat, drink, untouched eyes, tracing exits. Paths grazed, nod, exchanged no halt. 2 lines diverging clean, her loop, self-spun mine forward compiled. No audits on phantoms. Just the quiet scale workshops, regional hikes with her map routines layered earned. You listening? That wipes your audit queue. Scan the borrows early ideas, yowinked uncredited vents, buffered one-way red flags, scrolled as network. Illinois privacy statutes, your firewall kit, revocable shares, cease templates online, no lag. Lock the drive seed, the traces. Steady's not vuln, it's the upgrade. Borrowers glitch out. You build unloopable. The real win, not their crash. Your uncontested run dignity, the thread that doesn't snap. Patch the ghosts, layer the merges vetted. Your op starts here. Steady on.